Hey, caught me cleaning my power hammer. No, I'm just kidding. I don't clean that thing. I wanted to discuss maker's marks and why they're important. I went a long time without a maker's mark, and I kind of regret that. I sold a lot of things, whether it was general blacksmithing or it was knives, and I sold them without a maker's mark. And that's kind of a mistake on my part because, like, it's all about selling your brand and selling yourself. And if you have no way to tie that product back to you, then what was the point? So I just want to kind of touch base and tell you how important it is to get a maker's mark as soon as you can. And there's different types of different ways of making a maker's mark. And I think you kind of should have the two main ones. And the two main ones are an actual stamp, like a hardened steel, which is what this is from Buckeye Engraving. A great place to get one. These were about $150. That's not much to really add not only a lot of like personality to your piece, because now you're taking, usually a logo is a piece of art that you stand behind and that you really like. And so it's just a good way to show off. Maybe you designed the logo or you're just proud of it and you had someone else design it. But it ties that piece back to you. And it will forever be that way unless someone grinds that maker's mark off. So this is a hot stamp. So this is for all my knives that I make. And so that means that the steel has to be hot, like usually pretty hot, glowing red. And then you place it onto the steel and you hit it with a hammer. And it leaves the impression, and it leaves a really nice, clean impression into the steel, and that is super deep and lasts a long time. So the other way, and I think everyone should have both ways because you just don't know the type of situation. So for example, if I was doing a chef's knife, I usually forge those pretty thick to help minimize any kind of warping in the heat treat process, and so I usually do a full flat grind all the way up to the spine, depending on the knife. So some of my chef's knives, if I stamp that logo in there, there's a good chance that I could actually grind just right through that stamp that I did, and so it's kind of pointless. So the other way is just electro etching. You can get an electro etching machine. I don't know the companies, but I know they're probably around $250, $300 in that ballpark. And it just allows you to use essentially electricity to etch into the steel at any point in the process, really. It's usually one of the last steps that you do. And so especially for like a chef's knife, a really clean knife or something like that, and it's the last thing and you want to put your logo on there, you can do that. And you can etch into that steel as deep as you want. You can do as many passes and make it super deep into that steel and not have to worry about the whole stamping it, and then you got to straighten it back out and all that stuff. So, like for example, like I forget a lot of times to put my maker's mark on stuff. Even today, I just get in a rush and I do it. And I made this little like dog's head hammer the other night, and I finished it up and I heat treated it and I put the handle on it and I'm looking at it, and I realized I didn't put my maker's mark on it. Now, granted, this isn't something I'm going to sell; it's just for my personal thing. But still, like, I'm not going to be around forever, and hopefully this hammer will be around for a long time. And, if I would have just put my maker's mark somewhere on there, it would have forever been tied to me, or say I go somewhere else and take my hammers with me to someone else's shop, there's not going to be any questions asked about whose hammer that is because I put my maker's mark in there. So it's super important if you're getting into knife making or blacksmithing to always mark in whatever way that is. You can even use a Dremel. There's nothing wrong with that. Use a Dremel and just write your mark in that with a Dremel, and you can get actually pretty good at it, and it looks pretty decent. So just do whatever it takes to put your mark on it, whether you're doing blacksmithing or leather work or anything like that. So I just wanted to make a quick video and tell you how important it is to do a maker's mark. So thanks for watching, and I will catch you on the next video. See ya.